Alrighty guys, so what is up and welcome back to the channel. You're watching another video of Nwadei MMA. And guys, today I am gonna be reacting to Gilbert Burns' prediction of Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 294. Of course, Kamaru Usman, as we all know, took this fight on short notice, and a lot of people are doubting him. He's the underdog by a large margin, I believe. Khamzat Chimaev, something like a -300 favorite, and Kamaru Usman, former welterweight champion, one of the greatest welterweights of all time, one of the greatest fighters, period, of all time. As you can tell, my countryman, Nigerian Nightmare himself, is going to be fighting at UFC 294 in a monumental fight, in a monumental, chaotic week. Took it on 12 days notice. We've never seen Kamaru Usman take a fight on this short notice. Except for the Jorge Masvidal fight, but that wasn't really him being on short notice. It was more Jorge Masvidal being on short notice. But he had a short notice point, and it was during a chaotic time like COVID. That it was during that time, and so everyone knows how chaotic that was. So his ability to deal with chaos and stay composed is unlike any other. I believe he's the most composed fighter of all time, other than maybe John Jones. And Gilbert Burns, someone who's fought both Kamaru, trained with Kamaru, and fought Khamzat Chimaev, is giving his predictions, and that's why I want to react to this. It's my first time watching it. It's going viral and blowing up like in the MMA community, and I think everyone's kind of wondering Gilbert Burns' opinion on this. I'm very curious as to what he's gonna have to say. Guys, appreciate y'all tuning in today. Appreciate y'all tuning in to my channel and subscribing. All of you guys who like and comment on my videos, I love you guys. Be sure to hit the bell and hit the like button if you like these videos and content that I'm posting out for you guys. And without much more needing to be said, let's go ahead and get right into the video.
What's up, guys? Gilbert Burns right here. Crazy week. Kamaru Usman against Khamzat Chimaev, UFC 294. I'm gonna give you my prediction. Got all my notes on the shoot, guys. But before that, you gotta give me your prediction on the comments. So give it 5 seconds.
It's a real prediction. It's not like a freestyle bender prediction. As much as I love Izzy, you could tell he either goes for his teammates or, you know, he watches every card, so he has a brief summary of how every guy fights in his head, and he kind of goes based off of that. But it seems like Gilbert really did his research for this. So
first, I'm gonna introduce these two guys, couple extra details on the introduction. Number two, the fight style. Bro, it's a crazy little things that are gonna make a lot of difference on who you pick in this fight. Number three, the physical attributes. You know, those guys are great wrestlers. I'm gonna go back into it. Number four, you're gonna have the fight strategy from each guy. Number five, the best performance. All these guys coming out, what was the improvement? Number six, the fight camp. We know Kamaru has had a barely fight camp, but he's here. Kill Cliff FC,
like a great breakdown
Henry
so
Hope.
far.
We're gonna go back to that. Number seven, the mental and psychological factors. On the short notice, he changing opponent, gotta travel all the way to Abu Dhabi. We're gonna go back to that. And number,
I love how he just has his fight going on in the background of him and Khamzat just going to war. Do y'all remember how fucking insane that fight was? That was absolutely ridiculous. I believe I still have the reaction to it up on my channel, so go back and watch how I reacted to that fight. But yeah, let's continue. I love Gilbert Burns, by the way. He's the nicest guy, has an incredible mind for the game, incredible jiu-jitsu, incredible striking. He's just, how can you not love Gilbert Burns, right? But yeah, let's continue.
8, the best one. My prediction and analysis based on all those numbers and those facts that I'm giving to you guys. So let's get going. So Kamaru Usman against Khamzat Chimaev, and we're still gonna have Islam Makhachev against Volkanovski. Those guys, those two guys, BMF. They don't have to take the fight. Kamaru is one of the best welterweight in the world right now. Lost for sure, coming from 2 losses from Leon Edwards, but bro, this guy doesn't have to. But felt like it, stepping short notice against Khamzat Chimaev in Abu Dhabi at middleweight. A lot of stakes on this fight, and Khamzat Chimaev, what happened to Paulo gotta do. So crazy fights. I love those guys' mentality. Introducing both wrestlers. Kamaru, in my opinion, one of the best that mix things up in MMA, do a great job, and we got Khamzat Chimaev, the Chechen Wolf. great wrestling, uses very good with the ground and pound and the submission, the jiu-jitsu. I think that's it. It's gonna be the wrestling, the Chechen wrestling against the USA wrestling. Whew, I love this fight. We're gonna get on my details on this fight. Now we're going to fight style. I got a couple strengths right here on Khamzat. Khamzat has for sure the best thing is gonna be his wrestling with.
He kind of already broke down the styles, but on that note, isn't it always exciting when we get two wrestlers together? I mean, we have the Saryukin and Gamrot's. We have the Dariush and Gamrot. That was a banger of a fight. Dariush isn't much of a wrestler, but he's a really good grappler, so it cancels out and has good wrestling, you know. We had Islam and Saryukin, a great fight. Khamzat versus Burns, good grappler versus good wrestler. It's always just amazing to see two of very similar styles nullify each other, because then they just gotta bang it out, right? Kobe and Usman, I mean, the list goes on and on. Jones and DC.
The grappling plus the ground and pound and the pressure. He put a lot of pressure on the striking too. I think he got a speed advantage on this fight, and the guy's hungry. He moved all the way to Abu Dhabi. He's living there, coach are there, everything's in there. Your opponent pulled out less than 2 weeks.
Okay,
anyone, whenever we're hungry, anyone that shows up, you say yes, that's what he did. One quick thing that mix on the fight style is Khamzat had a bigger reach than Paulo Costa. That's one thing that you guys pay attention. Now Kamaru has the bigger reach on this fight, plus the experience and everything. But now we're going on Kamaru's strengths. Kamaru has the wrestling, and one thing you gotta give to him, for sure, give the speed to Chimaev. But for Kamaru has the gas tank. His last maybe 10 fights of Kamaru Usman was 5 rounds fight against the best guys in the world. Kobe, Leon, me, Tyron Woodley. Over and over again, he's been doing 5 rounds before that. RDA, Damian Maia. So he has the gas tank.
So you would have to kind of give the edge in the gas tank to Kamaru Usman, of course, because he's been in 5-round fights and things like that. But when have we ever really seen him carry the pace that Khamzat Chimaev carries? Now, I'm not one of these guys who are doubting Khamzat Chimaev's cardio just based off the Gilbert Burns fight, because that was a chaotic fight. And, you know, 3 rounds, 5 rounds doesn't really matter, because 3 rounds, you carry a different pace than if the fight was 5 rounds. Sure, there's 2 extra rounds, and you know, you get to see who wants it more or whatever, but generally the pace is going to be slower, which is what Kamaru Usman has been used to, right? So it's going to be a different change of pace going against a guy like Khamzat Chimaev, a guy who's going to bring the absolute most chaos that you've ever seen. I mean, we might see him sitting on the top of the cage again, right? So that's my thoughts on that. Honestly, I think that they could both probably push equal amounts. I don't see either of them breaking or giving up. We know that Gilbert pushed Khamzat to that point more than he pushed Usman there, but that was also a more veteran Gilbert Burns, right?
This fight, that's going to be another key factor. Both guys like to put a lot of pressure. Both guys use the striking, but I gotta give to Kamaru the MMA experience. 5 rounds, and he fought in Abu Dhabi before too with the short notice. It's supposed to be me, and was Jorge Masvidal. So Kamaru got the experience, and now we're going to the records. 12-0 to Khamzat. The Wolf was still undefeated. 20 wins and 3 losses by Kamaru Usman. Reach for Khamzat 75 reach, and Kamaru 76, that one reach. 36 years old for Kamaru Usman, 29 years old for Khamzat Chimaev. Now we're getting closer to the things that I like, the physical attributes and the conditioning. It's gonna be very important to Kamaru to get there as early as possible to acclimate. I mean, he fought there with Jorge Masvidal on short notice, but now he's in a different division. So
fuck, Kamaru, why are you doing this? You know, I believe in him. I do. I believe in him, but as a fucking fan of Kamaru Usman, I guess that's why I'm a fan. Oh, Jesus. All right. Okay. Yeah. Short notice, he's stepping in. We gotta remember, Abu Dhabi as well. It's a different time zone. He's coming from across the world. He lives in the States. I mean, this is just completely off of his hand. Khamzat's been there for probably close to 2 to 3 weeks now, maybe even been there for a month. And you know he's getting taken care of. He's a Muslim fighter. You know, they take care of the Muslim fighters. So, you know, he's gonna have to deal with the time change, the 16-hour flight on short notice. It's a lot of different factors. that I didn't even consider when talking about Volkanovski's fight with Islam.
So it kind of tricks me a little bit, because for sure he needs to get there early, but the weight cut is not an issue. Before he was dying to make 170, he gotta cut it. But now 185, I think, gotta cut maybe mostly 10 pounds. Gonna come out super easy. So for sure he still gotta acclimate, make sure you get good sleep and everything. But he fought that before and he fought good. I don't think they're gonna take a lot of Kamaru kind of thinking on that and traveled. But then for Khamzat, he's there already. For sure he got a couple big guys getting him ready for Paulo Costa. Boxers with the good takedown defense now changes everything. Now the guy has a bigger reach. Now the guy has more experience. Now we gotta find down a wrestler in such a amount of time to adapt your game. Oh, it changed so much. You guys have no idea on a short notice fight. A lot of things change super quick.
Khamzat did, however, say that he doesn't prepare for his opponents. He prepares for
the game plan. So now we start
very similar mindset to like Conor McGregor. I guess he almost expects for his opponents to pull out, and he doesn't like to focus on their style. He likes to focus on his own game and what he's going to implement, which is something that a lot of people should look more into.
Changing, because now it's the tactics that you change, how the fight gonna play out. You're supposed to be a boxer, now as a wrestler. I wasn't fighting, I was just training for fun. Now I'm fighting a high-level wrestler with the grappling. I think the strategy, if I'm Khamzat's coach, if I'm working with his team to a strategy, I'll say, Khamzat, you gotta use your speed. You're gonna pressure this guy. This guy wasn't ready for a fight. For sure he's training, for sure he's a professional, he's training, but you gotta put a lot of pressure, you gotta mix it up. One thing that Khamzat does good, he walks forward a lot of pressure. I think if you mix it up, use a lot of changing levels. And another thing, I think he's gonna be bigger than Kamaru. I gotta give the strength to Khamzat.
He is gonna be bigger, for sure.
So with huge. Now in fight camp ready. One thing you gotta say to Khamzat.
He's like 6'4", isn't he? Jesus. Kamaru's I think 6'1". And yeah, he filled out that middleweight frame. He filled out.
Guy is very strong, bro. He got a cardio. At the end of the fight, we saw he kind of felt a little bit. He got a little. But the guy is very, very strong. So again, use the speed, pressure, mix it up, changing level, but be physical. I think he's gonna be the biggest guy out there, being a middleweight for a long time already, not doing a lot of weight cut. He might be the strongest guy, and he gotta use that. But on the other side, the Kamaru side, bro, the guy has so much experience. Guy for everybody, so many 5 rounds, so many main events. You guys have no idea how much experience, how much confidence you get going. You leading the show, your photo is on the banner, your photo is on the pay-per-views.
I love that picture with him in the BMF belt. I used to think that was Photoshop. I love that picture.
You're running all the card. He did that many times. Like I said, use that experience in his favor. I think he can't put a lot of pressure. He gotta mix it up and he gotta grind that victory. I think Khamzat gotta start quick and try to take the fight to the floor or put a lot of pressure and outwork Kamaru. And Kamaru gotta use that Khamzat might get tired and then he doesn't not. One thing that I'm saying, Kamaru not gonna get tired. The guy has a crazy, insane gas tank. But a couple things that Kamaru does very good. He gotta be unpredictable. So Kamaru does that very good. He mix it up, get good boxing. Doesn't look good sometimes, but bro, guys, he hits very hard with both hands. He can kick, he can keep feigning and changing level, and he can, bro. I think one of the guys that use the best mixing, like he's not pure wrestling, but wrestling, striking, changing levels, clinch. I think he can do it all, and I think he gotta use all his arsenal against Khamzat and get an upset, you know. So I think
that's what I'm talking about. It's gonna, like, because their wrestling nullifies each other. That's why I keep saying change levels, because even if you don't get the takedown, just the act of being first and doing it gives you the edge, I feel like, especially in the day and age that this sport is growing into.
That's the strategy, that's the key to win for Kamaru Usman. And now we're going to my number 5 topic, past performance. And I gotta give that to Khamzat. Khamzat's coming for crazy submission finish, first round finish against Kevin Holland. You guys know he's supposed to be Nate Diaz, but the whole brawl in the press conference, he missed away by 7-8 pounds, whatever it was. Kevin Holland got a short notice fight, but he got finished real quick on the dash. Another victory was this guy right here, Gilbert Burns against Chimaev, a war we had in Jacksonville. Crazy fight. The guy has heart. That was proven on that fight. Crazy fight. Very strong. And guys get hurt too, bro. The guy's he's not a quitter. And another past performance.
Definitely not a quitter.
Jiliang, that was one of the craziest fights that I ever. So that's why I want to fight that guy. That was right after that fight. Guy picked the guy up, talked to Dana White as he's taking the guy down, and put the guy to his lip.
Gilbert used to be a lightweight. You know that? He used to be a lightweight fighting this damn giant. Oh my God.
And I trained with Li Jinliang. Li Jinliang is very tough. Not easy to do what Khamzat did. And the Kamaru, bro, guy comes from 2 losses. Last one was a unanimous decision to Leon Edwards. Then the TKO loss when he was winning. I was there in Salt Lake City when Leon got the headshot KO Kamaru, and he got a win from Kobe. So with that being said, those past performances, Kamaru's in a good place right now. The way I see, he's back at Cliff FC, training under Henry Hoof again, training with me, training all the guys. Luke is here, Ian Gabriel was here, Shavkat was here. So he's been training all of these good guys. Cosmo Alexandre, he brought Cosmo, training with Cosmo. Cosmo is a beast. And he's still training George Santiago, his jiu-jitsu coach. He's training all of us. I feel that he's in a good place. You know, he's been training, and opportunity pops up. I love it when those guys, yes, I take it. So I've been there before. So I think whenever the guy wants to take an opportunity, and he's been taking it. They were talking about Bilal Muhammad get a fight. I think it was against Kamaru. So he was kind of thinking about fighting. He was ready. I like you know. So
that would have been interesting. Damn, we haven't seen Bilal Muhammad fight in a while. God. Yeah, man, that would have been a good fight. Who do y'all think Bilal Muhammad fights next?
Last performance, he's coming from 2 losses, but sometimes that's the hungry that you need, you know, to come back. Number 6, fight camp. We know Chimaev moved to Abu Dhabi. His coaches are there. He got a bunch of guys there. And, bro, doing good. I don't see a lot of changes. For sure, he changed. He's in different country.
See, so Hamza's been there even longer. His fight camp was in Abu Dhabi. Jesus. See? No changes on that aspect, right? He's gonna be in the time zone, he's gonna have the proper sleep and everything.
Country different, maybe more sparring partners, couple guys. He's looking good. I saw his look big. The change for Khamzat is on the weight. He missed the weight last time.
You heard how Gilbert said that.
Maybe more sparring partners, couple guys. He's looking good. I saw his look big. The change for Khamzat is on the weight. He missed the weight last time. Now he's fighting at middleweight. It was a fight to see who he's gonna fight. Finally cost, and now another change.
He really does look like a wolf.
Sometimes people have no idea when he changes so much. When you change states, it's a big change. But yeah, he brought his team. Okay, he's still good, but it's a different. Everything is different. Timing is different. Food's different. Your routine is different. But then you adapt. But then, whenever you're very super close to the fight, whenever everything is set, change the opponent. Man, I gotta give a shout out to Khamzat to take those short notice fights. Not everybody does it, especially against Kamaru Usman. Sure. But coming back to training camp, whatever is different for Kamaru Usman now, like I said, he's here at UFC, he's in South Florida. Good thing is his daughter is here. I know he loves his daughter. He spent time with his daughter as he training. Cosmo Alexandre is a big thing that he put him on his camp right now. Cosmo being a part of his team. And another thing is Henry Hoof. I still don't know if he's still gonna get Trevor Whitman on his corner, but I think he will. I don't think he will change. I think he'll put Trevor Whitman, Henry Hoof, Cosmo Alexandre, and I get George Santiago on his corner. So
I think that's his exact corner. I think I heard him say that.
Those are good things. A little change on the fight camp. He's not there in Colorado. He's in South Florida. But short notice, it is what it is. Now we're going to number 7 on my topic, mental and psychological factors on the fight. People have no idea. These are the most important. Sometimes you might be best shape, you're looking great, but if you have a little doubt, it doesn't matter. The technique, it doesn't matter. You gotta be confident. One thing those 2 guys are, either Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman, those guys are confident. Kamaru was on a freaking run, beating everybody. Khamzat was coming up, that new beast. I lost to both of these guys. I cannot keep saying much, but I put those two guys in a test. You know, I hurt Kamaru in the beginning. I hurt Khamzat in the second round. Those guys came back. They beat me. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not here to say otherwise. But I've been there with these guys. They motivated. They confident. The mental preparation now, that's the key factor, because Kamaru just stepped in, he said, I'll fight, I don't care, I'm ready, feeling good. You know what, this guy's the boogeyman, I'll fight him. That's a BMF mentality. But so is Khamzat Chimaev, because he was fighting another guy. He moved to Abu Dhabi, he's living there.
Yeah, a lot of times well, not a lot of times, all the time, the mental preparation is definitely more than the physical. I mean, you saw that even with the limited skill set that Conor McGregor had, right? He's still great in everything. He's a great striker, great timing, great focus, but it was his mental preparation going into all these fights. He was so confident in that left hand that if it lands, it's gonna put you out. And guess what? That was just a fact. The confidence came from the preparation, of course, and stuff like that, but the confidence is what he needed to be able to pull the trigger at the times that he did. Hesitation in there is the death of you.
There now. The opponent is off. Who you want, anyone. Off.
The problem in the Leon fight, the second Leon, or the third Leon fight with Kamaru Usman, the very last one that went to decision, is that we saw him hesitate a little bit more. In the second fight, the one he was winning the whole time before he got knocked out, the reason he was winning that fight is because there was those little lapses in time when Leon was close to the cage. He didn't let him circle out. He immediately closed the distance, didn't worry about a head kick coming his way, and was able to get him to the cage, control him, get him tired, and things like that. But in the third fight, go back and watch it. You can see the difference between, like, he gave Leon that extra time to go ahead and circle out and retake the center. And I believe that's what kind of lost him that fight, along with Leon doing a good job kicking the legs, throwing knees and stuff like that.
Kamaru, bring it. So I like those guys' mentality. I think it's gonna get to a point, the way I see the fights going, they both gonna get hurt.
What's your prediction, Gilbert? What's your prediction, man?
They both gonna crash. They going forward. Kamaru trying to be a little bit smart, and I think Khamzat is gonna be a little bit more physical. They're gonna wrestle, not easy to take Kamaru down. Not easy at all. Maybe he can, maybe, but if he does, Kamaru gonna pop back up. I think they gotta be ready for this war, because it's going to be a war, and I think the mental aspect is gonna be the key. Whoever breaks first, or fatigues first, or shows your opponent that you don't like what's going on, that guy's not winning. Now, the last topic, number 8, the prediction. Oh, that's a hard one. Like I said, I fought both of these guys. Again, lost to both of these guys. They're both crazy. Kamaru, champion for a long time. Khamzat, this beast that's coming up. How the fight might go, I think those guys gonna crash in the first round. Both Kamaru a little bit more elusive, a little bit more relaxed, trying to grind that fight maybe to 3 rounds. Khamzat a little bit more with speed, coming crazy. They're gonna grapple. I know when two wrestlers come into a fight, they have a tendency to do a kickboxing fight, but it's so much stakes on this fight that I think they're gonna shoot. You know, I think maybe Khamzat will be the first one shooting, and they're gonna grapple.
I can see that. I can see it. Well, maybe, yeah, because Kamaru likes to feel his opponents out before he shoots anyways. So I can see that. Yeah, I can see it. Khamzat is just a fucking terror.
I think they're gonna feel each other, see who's the strongest guy, who's the strongest man in that case. If I gotta pick a winner, if you betting, make sure you go to stake.com with the promo code DURINHO. And if you better, you should put your money on Kamaru Usman. I don't know, bro. I think it's gonna be such a very close fight, 50-50. So I don't know who's gonna win. Better than that, you guys let me know who you think is gonna win. Put in the comments. I think it's gonna be a crazy fight. I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna watch.
That's interesting. I like that. Gilbert, I know he's friends with Kamaru. He has really no relation with Khamzat other than they shared the octagon. That's why it was such a big deal that he was fighting Kamaru, because they were friends and stuff like that, right? But he also knows how good he is. He knows how good he is. Yes, this is short notice, but Kamaru, man, dealing with pressure, having that confidence, that LL Cool J kind of cool mindset, calm, cool, collected, just composed at all times. That's one thing that could be Khamzat. Just, yeah. If if y'all want to take a prediction from that, go ahead. But that's one thing, and tell me if I'm wrong, but that could be Khamzat. If we know something that's going to beat Khamzat, is it going to match him in the chaos? Or they're going to be able to handle the chaos, yet be more composed like a true vet or a true champion, and be able to get it done that way? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. But guys, thank you guys for tuning into the video. I appreciate everyone who tuned in and who dropped a like and dropped a comment. I'll be responding to you guys soon. Still getting ready for my fight on the 22nd of October, Sunday. It's the day after this fight, actually, after UFC 294. I'm going to be cutting weight, so I'm going to try and get a reaction in for you guys. Stay tuned for all that. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe, stay blessed. As always, look at this chop. Got a new chop, baby. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.